Demon Prince of Tzeentch, and there were level 2 with fire, level 2 with death against the Vermin Lord with plague, Grey with ruin, and a whole bunch of engineers with just warp lightning and skid-leap. Next photo, the Vermin Lord getting into combat for the first time, the Doom Wheel helping him out, and this is how the Chaos Exalted on Juggernaut with the Ogre Blade eventually dies. The Vermin Lord challenges him, gets several wounds on him, he fails just the one armor save, and of course the Doomglaive with his D3 wounds picks him off. So nice to see the Vermin Lord in action. You don't often see a Vermin Lord in any sort of game, so just very appropriate though for him to be in the action here. And of course the Chaos Warriors wiped out at this stage. Next photo on the other side of the field, a lot of guys being mopped up here. The Censer Bearers have been completely eliminated. Well, actually, no, they haven't. They've actually fled. They've survived this this game. Actually, they've come behind the rest of the rats here. We've even got a whatchamacallit, like a death grinder thing. I forget what those weapon teams are called, doom grinder or whatever, and that's poised to attack somebody. But on top of the objective, you've got the dragon and the knights. So there's no real hitting power on the Skaven team at this point, especially with those 3 more blocks of Chaos Warriors in the middle there, surrounded by gutter runners, I might add, but the gutter runners just not able to get through their thick armor. Speaking of which, going to the next photo, the gutter runners fanning out now and just looking for more targets. One group's going after the giant and the dragon, the other group's probably just milling around these Chaos Warriors. Next photo, the Skaven team fires a blast of warp lightning in the form of a tape measure against that chariot just to try and get it out of the way, but not succeeding. And I think the hope there was that we'd be able to eliminate that annoying chariot, and then in the following 2 turns just move the giant rats full steam ahead closest to the tower. Next image, back to the corner where the shooting's going on. A lot of more death is erupting over here, and of course the poison wind globadiers haven't fired a shot yet. But that's because the chaos troops in this flank, for some reason, haven't been very aggressive, haven't just gone headlong across the river like I would have expected them to. So this is turning out to be a bit of a shootout here, even though the Chaos troops don't have any long-range stuff, and there aren't really any mages over the side of the field either. Okay, there's one mage with a Lure of Death, but not really enough to wipe out all these Skaven, of course. Next photo shows you the duel, and I already described to you what happens here, but it's the Vermin Lord against the Exalted Hero. Quite a good little photo here, so I quite love the paint jobs. But yes, the Doomglaive smashing him through the chest. When you're initiative 8 or initiative 10 or whatever this guy is, it's quite hard to be able to strike first against him. So Vermin Lord doing the job and proving why he's fit to lead the entire effort of the flank here on his own. Next photo, we've got the Plague Furnace moving around, having mopped up all of the Marauders. There's absolutely no Marauders left on the field on this on these 2 tables, both of these 2 tables put together. No Marauders and no Chaos Warriors for at least 48 to 60 inches away. So nothing really going to be happening. Well, not in the photo anyway. I think creeping up behind in the forest to the bottom right of the photo are some more Chaos Warriors just skulking away there, just trying to bide their time until they see an opportunity to strike. Back to the most important fight for the center, the huge unit of Chaos Warriors has now been whittled down to, I think, something like, well, hang on, they've got 42 guys. I must have been getting it wrong this entire time. This is actually a unit of 50 Chaos Warriors. What? 50 Chaos Warriors? Who needs that many Chaos Warriors? It's just unbelievable. And so far the Skaven team have only killed 8 of them. Oh my god. Any rate, they've wiped out 60 Storm Vermin, they've killed another 30 Plague Monks, and they're now up against 20 Night Runners, just redirecting yet again before these guys chomp into the Screaming Bells. So it's taken a long time for these guys to wade through all of the rats, but they're getting there slowly and surely. But of course the Gracier's master plan is to keep them away from the precious Warpstone meteorite in the building, so he's done a good job with that so far. And of course the Chosen in the background, having eliminated the giant rats, and of course the Vermin Lord and his pals having eliminated the Chaos Warriors and Exalted on Juggernaut. There's going to be a new battle over there, and the Chosen are the probably the last line of defense for that big steamrolling Skaven flank coming over towards the tower. But you know, if anybody can hold up a big mass of seething Skaven in time for a few turns worth of defense, it will be the Chaos Chosen. Next photo, we're still going here, hacking and slashing left and right against this plague furnace, but the time has come where the victorious Chaos Exalted with the Rending Sword hacks through the last remaining boards of wood holding up this furnace, and the Hellcannon, of course, noms his way through the plague monks, leaving the Chaos victorious in the center, ready to go after the building, which is actually only garrisoned by slaves or storm vermin or whatever's actually in there. And that's got to make a big difference. Next photo, we've got probably one of the coolest looking photos, actually models on the field. It's the Chaos Warshrine. I love this guy. Decided to take a picture of him close up. Didn't really affect the battle very much at all, but look at him, just great. And this is like a still moment from the big scene. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Next image, as predicted, the Chaos Chosen getting in the way and taking it in the face. They decided to go in and be aggressive here, taking out the Plague Monks, and of course Plague Monks using their Plague Banner to... actually, no, they'd already used the Plague Banner, but what happened here is the Screaming Bell managed to roll something like a 17, very close to doing the 666 and completely ruining my event by blowing up the bell. That would have been a disaster. But what actually happened here is they picked up an actual +1 attack re-rolls or something from the Screaming Bell bonus and managed to hold the Chosen in place here, which is quite magnificent. And of course, the Vermin Lord and Doomwheel going to come in and help out, seal the deal very shortly. Next photo, we're still going here. The giant rats just coming in behind, and the plan here for the Skaven's quite subtle. I hope you guys can spot it. The giant rats behind the furnace are going to move in and actually block the Chaos Marauders and Chaos Warriors from getting into the tower and assaulting the tower for one more turn, and that could give the Skaven team just enough time to get more forces in there and actually flank the Chaos Warriors and Marauders from the other side. So that's a critical plan there. So we'll talk about that a bit later. That's going to affect the entire game, guys, the entire day. Next photo, a shot accidentally of somebody's arm, so you've got to take that into account that we're rolling dice all day, every day here, so with lots of photos and lots of dice rolling, this inevitably happens. Next picture, the Chaos Ogres here shunting forward, but more importantly, what's going on with those Chaos Knights? They are turning around, swift reforming, and moving backwards onto the hill. This is one of the hardest hitting cavalry units in the game. In fact, it's the most hard hitting cavalry unit in the event. And these guys have got a Chaos Lord and a BSB in those knights, but they're retreating. And the reason why is because they're just being shot at by Jezzails, not really doing anything else, not contributing to the objective. So the Chaos Lord here has decided to save his own ass and head backwards, much to the disgust of everybody else. Next photo, more Chaos Warriors moving in on the hill. They're surrounded by even more slaves. There's just an unending number of slaves and slaves and clan rats here. But if anybody can chew through Skaven infantry, it's Chaos Warriors, and that is the truth. Going to the next photo, Chaos Knights just lingering on the objective here. We're actually seeing a little bit of trouble in the form of the Clan Rats and Globadiers moving in now. So if they can somehow sneak their way past those big blocks of Chaos Infantry, or even blast them with the Doom Rocket, which hasn't gone off yet, by the way, that's going to make a big difference. And hopefully, for the Skaven's perspective, they can actually overrun that objective now that the Chaos Knights have actually backed off and steal it. And in fact, wouldn't it be ironic if the Chaos troops managed to finally secure the center after hours of slogging and combat, and only to lose the objective on the other flank when it was in the bag the entire time? That would be the ultimate insult and the ultimate show of Skaven underhandedness. Next photo, however, there's a dragon flying around, and the dragon and the Chaos Warriors with halberds here, the Khorne guys, are getting a little bit closer to the objective now, so everybody getting a bit nervous about how far away this Chaos Lord is, because if he can show up next to the tower, wouldn't it be a grand sight for him on top of the tower at the end of the game? Not that he can garrison the tower, but man, that would be the ultimate Chaos triumph. Next photo, we've got a unit of dogs swarming across here. They've decided to wait no longer, and they are really hungry. The Chaos Marauders haven't fed them in weeks, and these Chaos dogs, they are going to go and eat some rats, and there are bases and bases of them ready and ripe for the taking. Get your knives and forks out, boys. Next image, we've got a sizable unit of Chaos Warriors. They are conversions of Marauders and Chaos Warriors, as you guys can see, with lots of heads and things clambering over the hill, but waiting for them on the other side is that ominous unit of Poison Wind Globadiers. Next photo, the Warshrine in the background, as you can see, has buffed the big unit of 50 or 42 Chaos Warriors with the 2 characters and give them +1 toughness. So that's a breakthrough. The either guys rolls for this entire game so far has gone very, very poorly. Nothing really happening of event, but +1 toughness finally making a bit of a impact here. It's going to be really difficult, even with Plague, to get on these Chaos Warriors. Just not going to do any damage. Next photo, on the extreme left-hand flank for the Skaven, the 2 units of Chaos Knights just mopping up as many rats as they can, but there's just too many rats for them to deal with, especially having lost a rank each from those Warp Lightning Cannons, and every time they lose a member from these strikebacks, that's just less attacks every turn, and eventually they are just not going to be able to cope with the mobs of rats which the Skaven forces have committed to this end. Next photo, the Plague Furnace has indeed been recharged by a unit of 12 Chaos Warriors with Hellbirds Mark of Khorne. So as you can expect, that's going to be some serious carnage, but the wily Skaven general in charge of this flank has set up a mob of 60 to 80 clan rats ready to flank charge them with a Warlord and a BSB to boot, so that should actually make a difference. And of course, once they hack through enough Plague monks, they're going to be fighting against the Furnace itself, which is going to be swing backing at them, and I don't really fancy their chances. Next image, this is possibly one of the most critical photos of the game in terms of tactics and overall outcome and result. After the Plague Furnace was finally destroyed in the center here, the clan rats, the giant rats, failed their panic check because either Pandemonium was in play or the Skaven Gracier just wasn't close enough, and they fled backwards. The Night Runners are also fleeing. And that allows the Chaos Warriors and Marauders, or potentially one of the 2, to assault the building which is garrisoned by 20 Storm Vermin. And this is only going to be turn 4, so this is quite important. It makes us feel that although the Skaven looked like they had this in the bag, the Chaos army is probably going to win the game now, because the Skaven players just don't have any way of redirecting the important building assault stuff in time, and that's going to make a big difference. So I hope you guys take note of this. Next photo, we've got the big unit of Chaos Warriors in combat with the Skaven Screaming Bell now. They have to issue a challenge. The Chaos decide to send in the champion. The Gracier accepts to prevent as many strikebacks as possible for everybody else. So that's really going to be a slugfest. Not many casualties either side here. So this is going to go on for round after round after round. And in the background there, the Helped Abomination making its way over into the Chosen and completely nailing it. And what happened here is the Vermin Lord did a number of different tactical wheels and moves arounds and actually dodged and sidestepped. Let's just say he jumped over the Plague Monk unit, and he's going to be running towards that tower as fast as he can because he needs to get in the way of the Chaos troops and actually start doing some damage. And in the background, the Rat Ogre's crushing the chariot. Next photo, the Doom Wheel that hasn't done much this game has rattled in, and with a big blast of lightning managed to electrocute the Hell Cannon. And that's something we would like to see. Doom Wheel, shooting something significant like a Hell Cannon, but the real important stuff is going to be the Chaos Warriors back behind there, able to charge in onto that building. Next photo, we've got a lot of troops moving across a bit of empty ground now, and with the Rat Ogres charging the flank of the Chaos Chariot, that's going to be a big distance, and really, after they overrun, they're only going to have 2 turns worth to get to that tower, and just judging the distance there, it's about 30-40 inches away. They're just not going to be able to make it. I mean, that final charge they're going to need in turn 6 to hit the tower. They're going to need like at least double 6 to get the movement off. Next photo, finally, we have the surge of Poison Wind Globadiers charging over the hill here, and they unleash hell on the ogres, just blapping with tons of the globes, and disappointingly, they drop tons of them and kill